Welcome to the Photonic Cleaning Technologies First Contact Polymer training video. This video is designed to better help our distributors assist customer needs. Additional help videos may be found on our YouTube channel. This video will go over the following topics: product recommended use, storage application, curing polymer, removal of polymer, vertical optic cleaning, water-based cleaning and mounted optics, and finally, tearing and light coat problems. The following formulas are recommended for specific uses. DTC formula should be recommended to anyone who is using a diamond-turned copper, nickel, brass optic, or something similar such as aluminum optics. FCPL formula is our plastics formula, and obviously should be recommended for anyone using it on a plastic optic. Colorless and red formulas should be recommended for pretty much everything else. When storing first contact polymer and solvents, be sure to keep them upright in a cool, dark location. Do not store polymer and thinner horizontally or in direct sunlight. In addition to proper storage of polymer, be sure not to cross-contaminate the different formulas of polymer. When applying first contact polymer, do not take the brush and paint it on to the lens like a painting. Do take a vial and pour it on to the lens or surface. Then, with the brush, using the surface tension only and not touching the lens or surface you are cleaning, spread it out towards the edges. When necessary, add more polymer by pouring it on. And repeat with using only the surface tension of the liquid polymer. Allow the polymer a proper time to cure, roughly 15 to 30 minutes depending on airflow and temperature. To expedite the curing process, you can use a vacuum or a fan to keep airflow. After allowing the coat to begin drying process, we have 3 recommended methods of removal. The first one is inlaying a mesh strip into the polymer using a 15 milliliter vial. Wet the surface that you wish to apply it to. Always apply towards the edge, as you do not want to pull from the center. And then put another layer on top of the mesh strip. This will create a seal above and below it, making it easier to remove. Create a bend about 90 degrees to make it easier to pick up. The second method is using unwaxed dental floss. Again, with the 15 milliliter vial, we're going to this time pour at the location that we want to embed, and again we want to embed around the edge of the optic. Allow the floss to fold in on itself. And apply final bit of polymer over the top. Again, we've allowed the polymer to fully cure. So our first peeling method, using the mesh strip. Again, we're using it at the edge of the optic. The second method being the unwaxed dental floss. And the third method, using our peel tabs set it on the edge and peel from the edge. When removing red first contact polymer, be sure that you have your mesh strip or other removal technique set as close to the edge as possible. Even being a fraction of an inch off could result in having to use more than low force on removal. When applying RFCP to a vertical mounted mirror, we recommend using our spray formula. Simply take the spray bottle after putting the spray formula into it, and in light motions put a first layer of polymer onto the mirror. And you want it just light enough so it doesn't quite run. We'll be back in it a little bit for the second layer. After allowing the first coat to cure a little bit, we are going to apply our second coat. This one's going to be a much thicker coat. Again, we do not want this to run, so we're going to stop there. And if we need to, we will add a third coat if necessary. The optic here is a mounted optic that uses a mounting bracket to keep the optic in place. Unfortunately, these don't always have a perfect seal on them. So when using a water-based cleaner such as our water spot pre-treatment, You must make sure that the optic is properly sealed before use. Do not spray directly onto an optic such as this. Here we have two different surfaces coated with different amounts of polymer. This first one is coated with our recommended amount, a fairly thick coat on top, and the second one being a much lighter coat. When using the polymer to make a lighter coat, very often the polymer will actually tear when trying to remove. The solution to fixing this is fairly easy. All you need to do is apply more polymer over the surface, ensuring that you have a thick coat. As you can see, we've gone and coated the entire surface with more polymer. We gave it a thick coat. There we go. Peels off the previous thin layer that was on